Now it's working. Why does it do that every time I log on? Every time. I have my blanket. I have my books. I have like 38 pages left in the book I'm currently reading. It's a whole thing. So hello. Hello. How is everyone? I see that you guys were talking about what you're reading. I actually forgot to change on that screen what I'm reading, so I'll have to do that. Looks like we got Hope for the Best by Jodi Taylor, Token by Beverly Kendall, The Perfect Marriage. Is The Perfect Marriage the one where that author's being like harassed by a dude who didn't like her book? Because I swear I just saw a TikTok on that. Hellbent, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Gleanings by Neil Shusterman, Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and The Wrong Kind of Weird by James Ramos, Obsidio, Final Strife, Priory of the Orange Tree, How to Be Eaten, and possibly Hellbent, Bad Cree by Jessica Johns. I'm glad my mom died. It was a good audiobook. The Wolf and the Woodsman, Siege and Storm, Warbreaker, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, beautiful. Just came back from a talk with Madeline Miller. Ooh, nice. Starting My Rudest Song of Achilles, Heart of the Artist, My Hero Academia, and rereading Poppy War, Sunbearer Trials, Way of Kings, Tombs of Atuan by Ursula Le Guin, another Priory of the Orange Tree, a palette cleanser, gotcha. Nice. Lots of stuff all around. Rereading Saga, I need to do that. Project Hail Mary and Kiss Her Once for Me. 2 books I really enjoyed last year. Really enjoyed them. I am reading Locklands by Robert Jackson Bennett, which, guys, sneak peek on my thoughts on that. I almost didn't finish that series, right? I was talking about that, and I was like, maybe I'll do enough of the series. I've forgotten a lot about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm loving this book. Loving it. And I was like, bitch, like, you almost didn't finish the series. It was great, and I forget who it was. I will link it in when I do my, like, review of the series. But I found, I think one of you on a stream maybe, or even maybe it was in my YouTube comments, but mentioned that there was a booktuber that had done like play-by-play summary walkthroughs of the first 2 books in the series. And I found their videos, and it was amazing because it reminded me of so much stuff without me, like they basically like completely summarized the entire book, which was great. So I am so glad that I read it because it's probably going to be like one of my favorite series. I had just forgotten because it had been a hot minute since I read Shorefall, because I read Shorefall like before it even came out. I think I had an arc of it. So, yeah. But like I said, I am finishing that tonight, so I want to get to it. So, should we do 10-minute warm up? Let me like change to that screen and actually update what I'm reading, shall we? The last time we did one of these, I was reading Bloodmarked. So currently reading Locklands by Robert Jackson. I think it's spelled this way. Yes. I think. I don't know. I have it on audiobook, or not audiobook, ebook. Like I watch those videos as well, but when I started Locklands, I couldn't focus, and I'm starting to read more print and ebooks instead of audio, so maybe soon. Yeah, I have it on ebook. Maybe I'll do the same. I like Foundry side enough, but for quiet motivation to continue. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Let's do 10 minutes. I made you nervous. I'm so sorry. You'll probably love it. I didn't hate it. Let's do 10 minutes. Let's do it. because I do this at this time of day whenever someone hosts reading sprints. They happen around midday when I'm at work. Oh, boo. Yeah, I always host nighttime reading sprints for the most part because I work later. So I'm only really able to do this tonight. And honestly, after I planned this, my plans for tomorrow got canceled, so I could have done one tomorrow evening instead, which would have been slightly earlier, but this time of night is totally fine for me. And I wanted to finish this book on stream anyway. Currently reading 9 Liars right now. Nice. Do you guys have any goals for the reading sprint? Like I said, I am just going to finish this. I have, how many pages do I have left? Not much. We are at the finale. Yeah, like 20 pages left. So next sprint, I'll finish it. And then, I don't know. I haven't been like super planning my TBR out in advance. Thank you. I love them. I can't find this same bookshelf though because I want a second one, and that's a problem. So I'm upset about that. Can't decide to sit on my book. That's so funny. Want to finish Hellbent, reading Ordinary Monsters, reading the first chapter of the Brandon Sanderson Secret Project, hoping to finish 75% of the way through, to get as far in prior as I can. Nice. Love to get to the 100-page mark for Daughter. Nice. Yes. As far as Hellbent, I don't know when I'm going to get to that book because I have to reread Ninth House, and I don't necessarily want to read that right away. Well, maybe should I read Ninth House next? Should I reread Ninth House next? No, I got the book for book club, so I'll read that next, and then Ninth House, and then something else before Hellbent. I don't know. Giving up on having it TBRs this year. Yeah, I'm also a mood reader, but I can usually kind of plan. Like I sort of know the vibes of what I want to read for my next couple books. You know? Like I'm not so spontaneous as some people. So I just reread Ninth House and it was a great time. I've forgotten so much of it. So that's gonna be something. You're gonna love your reread of Ninth House. Really? So much more parent fun reread. Okay. We will see how I feel. Yeah, I don't even have a copy of Hellbent. I'm gonna need to like go to a indie and pick one up if they even have them like in stock. So I just feel like I'm not gonna get to it till like next month. I don't know. How long are you streaming tonight? I don't know. Hour and a half maybe? Maybe it just kind of depends. I should be reading for my English class, but I'm so hooked to my current read. That happens. I feel like I haven't read a ton this month, and I kind of haven't. Like, I DNF'd a book, and then I've been reading this, and I just feel like, I know it's only like the 11th, but I feel like I should have like 2 books finished by now, and I don't. Listening to Spare by Prince Harry. It'll be an interesting one. Get that tea. It's going to be, I'm excited to hear what everyone thinks, and I'm probably not going to read it myself. Maybe I would. Maybe I'll do like an audiobook later on in the year. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely going to be like the big memoir of the year, for sure. But yeah, so I think I'm going to finish this. I'm going to start Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, then reread Ninth House, then read something else, and then maybe get to Hellbent. So, I DNF'd The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I talked about it a little bit on Book Talk, but I haven't talked about it on YouTube yet because I'm still doing all my like end of the year videos. But it's not a bad book. It's not a book that I don't recommend to people. It's just so New York City focused, and that's why I put that's why I put it off for so long. So yeah, I just was like, the audiobook was like good, but yeah. I can't handle books that are so like New York. And the big thing with that book is each character is like representative of a borough. So it's like so New York-y. And I was like, meh. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to N.K. Jemisin's like traditional fantasy, right? Like everything else that N.K. Jemisin writes, like the Inheritance trilogy and like what's her other one? The Dreamblood duology and Broken Earth. Like, all that is great. A lot of people reading Nevermore. Nice. Bit random. My puppy doesn't watch TV normally. She's obsessed watching you. I love that. Puppy, hello. Hi, sweet baby. After I said that on TikTok, a lot of people were like, yeah, I also DNF'd it. It's just, like, not for me, which is fine. Like, I think if I would have finished it, I might have ended up, like, a 3-star, because I don't think it's badly written. I don't think it's a bad book. It's just, like, not a book I'm particularly interested in. So I don't even know if she's announced what she's doing now. I mean, that duology just ended. I like City as sentient in fiction as well. I don't like real City as sentient necessarily. I hate New York City. So it's I get annoyed. I was thinking, I was like, if this was set in Chicago, would I like it more? I mean, maybe, does a city became read like city-based paranormal? Not really, in terms of location description. It has a vibe of like, man, I'll try to. No, I wouldn't like, and people, it is technically urban fantasy, but it doesn't really like feel like urban fantasy in the way that I think of urban fantasy. It's very like, city is becoming sort of sentient, but by doing that, it is almost possessing a bunch of different people. This is very vague. I only got like 25% of the way into it. And each of those people represent a borough, and then they have to fight like interdimensional stuff. So yeah, I love cities that are like fictional, that are sentient. But if it was Chicago, I'm like, maybe I would have liked it more because it would have resonated more, because it would have been like, oh yeah, you're representing that neighborhood, like you're Logan Square and you are dressed as a hipster. I don't know, like, but even so, I don't think I would have like loved it. Yes, people become like the avatar of the city. Yeah. Which reads did you try? Her best stuff like is definitely why can I not think? Broken Earth. Broken Earth is her best, I think. So yeah. Very pop culture paganism. Okay. See, again, I like pop culture paganism in like American Gods. You know? So yeah. What if I have no context for New York? You might like it. Any Rex with that trope done well. Of a sentient city? I don't really have like a sentient city necessarily. City as character can sometimes pop up. See, I liked American Gods, but I didn't like the city we became, because the city we became it's too New York. I just don't like New York. I have a bias against New York, which is why it wasn't for me. Cities that feel sentient. I mean, there's a little bit of that in the Daevabad trilogy because of like Daevabad. There's a little bit of it in Foundry Side, yes. That kind of thing. So Monica, you read like two of her like not as, in my opinion, great ones. I would try Broken Earth for sure. Do you have any recommendations for good city fantasy with a modern feel? I'm more modern set fantasy, but I can't seem to find. So that city we became, like, maybe, I think modern feeling cities are done fairly well in urban fantasy, honestly. So, like, Kate Daniels with, like, Atlanta, good. Parts of Anita Blake is St. Louis, I think. I think Kate Daniels does the city thing better. So, I'm running Jamison. I just tend to recommend Broken Earth across the board. So, Yes, the audiobook for City of Became is also like good, which is why I was like, if I'm not liking this and the audiobook and like the production of it is so good, I'm just not gonna like it. So yeah, the fifth season I think is like masterpiece. So right, yeah, it's a love letter to New York, and if you hate New York, like, you're not gonna love a love letter to New York, you know. And there's also like the thing is, how many love letters do we need to New York? There's so many, and people are so like, so like self-congratulatory about New York, and I'm just like, get over it. And this is not even like, people are like, oh, because it's Chicago has a chip on its shoulder about New York. And I'm like, I haven't even lived in Chicago that long. It's not Chicago. It's like there are plenty of other cities that are also better than New York. Like, just there's so many books of people just being like New York, and I'm like, I fucking hate it. Like, it's just so annoying. So yeah, that's my bias. I didn't want to get on like a whole thing about New York, but that's what it is. Got ahead of bed. Yeah, nice chatting for a little bit. Glad you could pop in. Yeah. Your 0 by 24 video really motivated me. Yes, for reading my shelves this year. We love to see it. I felt that about One Last Stop. Yes, really relishing the New Yorkness. Yeah, hate it. Laura did that too. A lot of it has done it. I want a love letter to my unknown rural central Wisconsin city. Honestly, like love letters to like more rural areas, like even like something like an Appalachian fantasy. I'd like that. I think that'd be quite fun. Get out of New York City. Like, it's so annoying. Yeah, as a West Coaster, it annoys me as well, as it should. We have such a big country, and people are so, like, too about New York. So gross. One of my goals this year is to read the Sapphic Trifecta. Is there an order? No, because, they're all by different authors, so just read them in whatever order best suits you. There are good songs about New York. I will say that. I just don't like other media about New York. That's like so self-congratulatory. Because like isn't You've Got Mail set in New York? I love You've Got Mail. But like books that get really about it are just annoying. Maybe I need to get into urban fantasy. Yeah, I've heard good things about Kate Daniels. It's a long series, but the books are short, See, urban fantasy. Okay, so part of me questions why any story would need more than 5 books to tell. So think of it this way: urban fantasy is more like a TV show where you sort of have like each book being a little bit of a monster of the week, and then there's also an overarching plot to get to the season finale. So that's what it is. So think of like Buffy, if you like ever watched Buffy. Supernatural, I guess. I never really watched Supernatural, but I'm assuming like the same kind of thing. Like that is what that is. So it's like, it's not taking 9 books to tell one story. It's like, it's taking place over years, and there's monsters of the week in there. And then like some things will sort of like combine, and it's a build up. So think of it as a season of television, if that helps. So, yeah, X-Files, yeah. Like think of it as like a 9-episode season of TV, and that might help. Because, yeah, I love it. Someone who doesn't live in America, I don't get the love letters to New York. Exactly. The Appalachian elements are why I love the Twisted Ones. What is that? Oh, it's because all publishing is in New York. I forgot about that. Gross. For no reason, I started reading The Raven Cycle randomly. It reminds me how much I love fake town settings. The Raven Cycle's so good for that reason. Like, yes. The eeriness and, like, caves, water, yes. The Raven Cycle does vibes really well. Yeah, fantasy outside the U.S. in general. Although we do see that. We just don't see a lot of urban fantasy set outside the U.S. in general. Yeah, kids who make New York their entire personality. Ugh. So annoying. Maintain that I would love a novella series by N.K. Jemisin about the other city avatars. I think that's fair. Because there's other cities, yes. I think that's fair. I'd maybe be interested in those. October Day books, the impact, the reveals in book 16 wouldn't have been nearly as impactful without the 15 books before. Exactly. Nalini Singh's Side Changeling. I want to read those as well. I don't know. I probably won't start Side Changeling until I finish Kate Daniels, and I have like 6 more books left of those. Oh, I forgot that Gillian Flynn does Midwestern set books. That's very fun. The City We Became was originally a novella. I think I would have preferred it as a novella. I probably would have finished it. I just hopped in, not reading at the moment, but your setup looks cozy. I'm jealous. Thanks. It is very cozy. I have my feet up. I have my blanket. It's so fun. Yeah, interesting she didn't just expand via novellas. God damn it. That would have been so much better. I just couldn't sit with an insufferable New York City focus for a whole novel. I could have maybe done it for novellas. Or, you know, a city per novella. Love that. Love that. Boo hiss. How dare. Why couldn't she just do that? Where'd you get the blanket? Target! If you live in an area that has Target. Target over the fall, but I think they probably still have them. The novella was better than the books. Maybe I'll read the novella. Probably not, because I still hate New York. But yeah, I love this. I love this throw. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why did she choose to do that? Does she have anything else that like she's announced yet? Probably not, right? N.K. Jemisin. New books. New book. I'm an hour from Chicago. Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. The City We Make, which came out... Okay, that just came out in November 2022. So... Nothing else? Nothing else, friend? N.K. Jemisin. Why not? Why? She's not going to announce anything. Yeah, I do kind of want her to do sci-fi. I'm around the FOMO with N.K. Jemisin. I read City We Became, but couldn't get into her others. Ooh. Boo. Jemisin, anything else? Damn it. No. It's just because The World We Make like just came out. Fuck. We'll just... I'm sure they'll announce something sooner rather than later. Give me something like epic fantasy or sci-fi. Although like she does a pretty decent like mix sometimes of like sci-fi fantasy stuff, you know? So, you know what I love about Locklands, which I'm currently reading, which I want to finish, so we're going to get into another sprint soon. You guys distracted me. Is, you know how like Dune and Star Wars and stuff are like science fantasy? This is like fantasy science. Okay? Like it's a fantasy book, but it's kind of a science fiction. Like the way the magic works is science. Like it's science-y. So I would like more books like this too, because this is very fun. It's very very interesting, very unique. You see a lot of science fantasy, again, with like Star Wars and all of that. Not fantasy science. So I want that to be something that we see more of. This is like adjacent to New Weird, because I also think New Weird can kind of get tangled up in like fantastical elements, but much more fantasy-ish. Like Elder Race, kind of. Elder Race I like because Elder Race is a genre bender in that it's like, is it science, is it fantasy? Depends on who you ask, right? But, and yeah, Mistborn very heavily feels much more fantasy. Like this is like solidly half and half, where you're like, it's a fantasy world, but the way that magic works is definitely technology. You know, like it's interesting. I dig it. So yeah, I want to get back to it because I want to finish it. So we're going to do half an hour. because I want to finish. I want to finish this time. And we warmed up for 10 minutes, and then you guys got me chatting. So, let's do it. We're doing it. All right. I finished my book. It was very good. That is one of the best finales I've read in quite some time. Quite some time. That was very, very good. I think a lot of hard magic systems give fantasy science vibes. The level of detail and specificity of the magic makes it lose some of its whimsy. Yeah, in Elder Ray, science is just magic, since the civilization has to grasp the concept of science. Yeah. I don't know, some hard magic systems do that, but like, for example, even in some worlds where I think the magic's kind of confusing, it still feels like fantasy magic. Like, this is very unique, where I'm like, science magic. Yeah, it was such a fantastic finale. I mean, I feel like I've heard some people say that they didn't like it, and I'm like, how? It's like perfect. Like, for the series, like there's loss and like sacrifice, and for what happens and the way that everything comes together is really good. So technically, even though I DNF'd the first book I attempted to read this year, my first book of the year was a 5-star. Founderside was a fave of the year it came out, but now I'm going to have to reread it to finish the series. Or, I mean, you can. It's very good. Or you can do what I did and listen to that BookTuber's series, like, synopses. Because she has one per book. And it's, like, everything that happens. So if you feel intimidated or, like, whatever, like, don't necessarily want to go back and reread it, but you still, like, want to know what's going on, highly recommend. Yeah, so good. Very exciting. So I think for the last little bit of this sprinting, I will read my witch book that I've been reading. And not necessarily start something fiction today. I mean, maybe I'll before bed. I don't know. I still have, like, I mean, it's still early for me. It's so early. I don't know. So I'm gonna do my review of the series, and I will list their videos there. But all I did was search YouTube, like, Foundry Side summary, and it came up. So yeah, they have Foundry Side and Shorefall summaries, or like, I think it was just Foundry Side summary or whatever. So yeah, like a play-by-play of every single thing that happened, and even like the thoughts that were happening and whatever. Like, they're like 40-minute videos, so it's a nice little summary for sure. Oh, I love Get a Life, Chloe Brown. It is very cute. It is a very cute book. I really need to give myself a pedicure, and I just keep putting it off because no one sees my feet. But, like, all of my nail polish is gone because the last time I got a pedicure was, like, before Halloween. Like, wild. Truly wild. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check that off my list. I'm gonna add that to my little spreadsheet finishes series. Actually, I should do this when I have actual access to the computer. I will do that. I think Chloe Brown and Dani Brown are my two faves. Which book are you currently reading? Wild Magic by Danu Forrest, Celtic Folk Traditions for the Solitary Practitioner. It's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. I'm reading this, and this is just like overall Celtic. They reference a lot of like myths and the fact that like Celtic isn't just one thing, and like so there's all this stuff. So I'm reading this first, and then there's a couple books on Irish specific witchcraft that I want to get to, because I want to integrate just more like probably what my ancestors would have done kind of stuff. So this is good. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm going to do a video on it on my other channel when I like fully finish it. I have a bunch of books that I'm hoping to get to this year that are witchy related. Hi, buddy. Do you want to come say hi? You're so handsome. His ear's still big. It's not going down. Can you come here? Yeah. Come here. Can you jump up here? Oh, you're so handsome. Oh, the big stretch. I want him to come up here so bad. Oh, see, Eve Brown. Is Eve Brown? Yeah, no, yeah, Eve Brown I liked but didn't love. Danny and Chloe are definitely like the two faves. Can you come here? Can I grab you? Come here. Oh my god, you were so heavy. Oh my god. And I worked out today. That hurt my shoulders, baby. Hi. See his ear? Look at it. Not this one. This one. It's still big. And it's getting all foldy. Why is your ear still big? Oh, Tally Haber's writing a YA? Can't believe that. That's me with Norse stuff. I want Norse folk magic, like Appalachian folk magic, but it's not really a thing. I know! Same! Like, it's so hard to find the Irish stuff. I know. So, the Chaos Binks emote is possible now through YouTube membership. So it is on there. I think, yes, I think I put all of those because it doesn't really have like bit, look at his face. It doesn't really have like bit membership. So now, since my live streams are going to be over here and not Twitch, you can be like a member over here to get access. And then it will also show that you're a member like in the comments on my videos, and you'll get emotes, and you can use emotes in the YouTube comments. Like, it's kind of fun how they do stuff. Isn't he the handsome, handsome man in the worlds? You're the handsome man on a Wednesday worlds. You guys don't know, that's a TikTok reference. Kelsey, I don't know if you were making a TikTok reference, but it sounded like you were. Using Prime, bummer. I mean, I'll still be using Twitch for a little bit. So, just for finishing up Cult of the Lamb. And then switching over. Look at him acting like never been pet in his life. Was that so fun? Is it so scratchies? Look at this boy. It's a handsome, handsome man in the world. He's such a good boy. Oh, what a doonin'! Yes. What a doonin'! Monty's one of the only dogs. Hi. Acting like you were hurt. Monty's one of the only dogs that sometimes gets violent with its owners, but that I don't think the owners actually harass. You know? Because, like, some people, like, harass their Chihuahua dogs. He's not all Chihuahua. He's, like, some mutt. But I think he's just a grumpy man. Because they're so nice to him. Like, and sometimes he wants to bite people. And I'm like, Monty, handsome but handsome in the handsome worlds. Like, what da doonin'? So funny. So yeah, that was him acting like he was being harassed, and now he's still sitting back here. Okay, I think one more sprint and then finish up for the night. What do you guys think? Do you want a 10-minute or a 20? 10 or 20 minutes. I could do either. I'd be fine with either. Okay, we have a vote for a 20. 20, 20. Oh. You guys like the long sprints. Any 10s? 20. Unanimous 20s all around. 20 across the board. Okay, I guess we're doing 20. Okay. We're doing 20. I am shocked. All right, let's do it. right. How was that? Did you see him being obnoxious the whole time? Being so needy, boy. Being so needy. Yeah, get up and stretch. You so big. You such a big boy. Handsome. You guys are saying that it's all that January TBR motivation. I feel that. I don't know. January feels like it's been a slow reading month, but I think it's going to pick up now. I don't know. He is an angel. He is perfect. There is nothing at all needy and obsessive about him. What are you looking for on my desk? Why do they always go for the mic setup? Hello? Why do you want to rub your face on that? You and Kit Kat. He's not. I don't think he's purring. So yeah, you're not allowed purr like Sissy is. You're so handsome though. So funny. 20 more pages of City of Fallen Angels. Nice. Yeah, I got my little. I'm in the water section of this book. So it's talking about like water spirits and things, which is very fun. Quite enjoying that, actually. I think I'm going to read a little more of that. I've also, I got even more serious about my social media habits, and I've moved TikTok to be turned off at 10 instead of 11. So it's off now. And the rest of the social media to go off at midnight instead of 1. Who is she? Because then, if I want to stay up, I have to read. Like, you really can't do anything else. You know? Kitty is perfect. So's perfect. It looks so much like Solo. Definitely not needy. Spicy Brain didn't want to read for a while. That's totally fine, but thankfully I think the urge to read is returning. We love that. 80% done with Bloodmarked. Yes. I know. Binks is a very quiet purrer, so you would require him to have a mic to even, like, tell that he's purring. Possibly. Like, he's very quiet. And then Kit is like a motor boat. A tank engine. And he purrs, and like you can only hear if you like put your ear up to his nose, and you can like feel his body doing it, but it's not as like powerful as Kit's is, which makes it almost all the more special because you're like, oh my gosh, you like never do this. I mean, he purrs pretty often, but like it's hard to tell he's doing it. So got over 50% in Priory. Nice. We love to see it. Love it, love it. Got through 4 whole pages of medical. I never know how to say that word. Apartheid. Fun. Yeah, I'm gonna be definitely reading more. Although my heart, I want to start playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I might let myself tonight. I might, because I finished my book. I just kind of want to play it. I kind of want to. I've been saying it for like a week. I don't know, but then video games can make me stay up late, so the whole thing with the social media might not even matter because I'll be playing video games. Got about 30% into Ninth House, but unfortunately I think this one will be enough for me. That's fair. That one's definitely not for everyone. I gave that like a 3 stars when I read it. 3.5? Apartheid? Is that right? Yeah, I definitely feel like that one's a polarizing one, Ninth House. So, wait, what? Booktition, would you say? Gotta put yourself what? I don't understand that sentence. But I think I might play it for a little bit. And maybe I'll just set a timer and won't almost play like more than an hour. Maybe we'll do that. Alrighty. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. I plan on doing some kind of stream on YouTube once a week. Not on any kind of schedule, because I realized that live stream schedules kind of stress me out because sometimes I'm not in the mood to live stream. You gotta put yourself first. Thanks. So I don't want to put it on like a schedule, but like at least once a week there will be either a gaming stream or a reading stream or just a normal chatty live stream or something. Averaging once a week. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, just keep an eye out. Turn on notifications if you want to, if that makes things easier. I don't know if it really does, honestly. But yeah, and I'll see you guys later.